know when you can see it. What the fuck? Team adjustment. Normal. You see it? Normal. No huddle. Get to the line quicker, fatigue faster. True clock. Normal. Keep your players fresh. Full play clock. It says no huddle. So they really ain't changed nothing. They all the stuff that you normally audible to, they just make it available now so you don't have to audible. You see this? Deep pass catching. All right, you can do. Okay, deep pass, aggressive, balanced. I didn't say aggressive, but receiver will always attempt aggressive catches or deep pass. I just rather manually do it myself than to rely on the computer. I always take control of my receivers anyway. This is basically for people, like who need help. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm throwing the ball a certain way on a combat route, then I know that I'm gonna do the what's the great uh
Western New York, the site for this one. The new Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park. Today, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Carolina Panthers and the Buffalo Bills.
Now, please welcome to their new home, your 2026 Buffalo Bills. Ryan Fitzgerald to kick off for Carolina.
Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen ready to get the preseason started. And off we go from Orchard Park. And he'll get this to the 24-yard line. That's where the opening drive of the game will begin. The Bills offense heading out, led by their now 30-year-old quarterback, the MVP of the NFL a couple of seasons ago, Josh Allen.
Former MVP, Mike, just clearly one more box to check. It's hard to have a more accomplished NFL career than Josh Allen, but the conversation around the NFL and league circles continues to remain. When is Josh Allen going to take the Bills and get over the hump and find themselves in the Super Bowl? So A lot of hopes around the organization that this is the team, this is the roster they've built around him to accomplish just that.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. The tight end Kincaid in motion. To the air on 2nd down. Here's Allen. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. James Cook, the intended target. And now it's going to be 3rd down. The tight end Kincaid in motion. To the air on 3rd down. Here's Allen. Down the field, but it falls incomplete. Trying to get it to Dalton Kincaid there. And it's going to bring up 4th down. So the drive stalls out, and here's the Aussie, Mitch Wishnowsky, to punt. And it'll be a good return. He's able to get it up past the 40-yard line. Greg, here comes the Panther offense led by Bryce Young. Big steps in year 3 for the now 4th-year quarterback out of Alabama, the former #1 overall pick.
And after a bit of an up-and-down start to his NFL career, in year 3, we saw the best of Bryce Young. We saw more glimpses of what we remember seeing in the Heisman Trophy days and the national title days back in Alabama that led him to ultimately be the #1 overall pick. So now, year 4, expectations coming off the playoffs. Can he continue to build alongside Dave Canales and this young offensive roster? But tell you what, for the first time in a long time, Carolina has gone into a season without questions around the quarterback position, and a big part of that is just the improvement of Bryce Young.
On 1st down, it's right back to Hubbard. He'll move the pile forward. Let's give him a couple. Terrell Bernard, they're on the tackle.
Brought down at the 42-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
A 2nd down throw for Young. That one's taken in right side by Lee Gettin. And it'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
It's a gain of
17 yards that time for number 17.
1st down.
They'll come up now again. Good news, it's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Young. Picked off by the linebacker, Terrell Bernard. And he'll be taken down. That is about the craziest situation you'll ever see. Huge gain on the play, but still not enough for the 1st down.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Allen going to give it to Cook. And he'll be met in the backfield and drop behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Trevin Wallace getting in there for the sack. It's got to feel great as he gets this preseason off on the right foot. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the gun, throw here for Allen. And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's 4th down. Here's Mitch Wisnowski now. The punt for the 2nd time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. Offense heading back out for the Panthers, and their coordinator is B.SunXX. He is as intense, as focused as they come. All eyes on what's to come in this next possession. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. This drive begins with a run by Hubbard. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Another run here with Hubbard. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down.
At the 31.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the 1st down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
3rd and 2. Here we go. They'll try to run for it with Hubbard. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
3 yards. Brings up 4th down.
They'll go for it with Hubbard. And he's going to have a Panthers 1st down. As they manage to convert, that'll keep this drive alive.
It's a gain of 10.
We could go back and forth about the play call, Mike, but what we can't argue about is the result of the play. I think that run caught them a little bit off guard. I mean, I think it caught us off guard. But that surprise is what gave them just enough space to convert on that 4th down.
On 1st down is Young. A throw there, caught by Gettin. And a big gain out of bounds as time runs down. An exclamation point to end this 1st quarter. Panthers football to begin this 2nd quarter as they've got it with 1st and 10. Young hands it to Hubbard. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1. That'll bring up 2nd and 11.
At the Bills' 23-yard line.
From the gun, it's Young. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Chuba Hubbard, the man he was looking for. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. To throw is Young. Over the middle, he's got Gettin. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
Brings up
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a fourth down decision to make.
On fourth down, Young. This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on down.
And here we have a real gutsy call here. Offensively, I think you're giving up a surefire field goal attempt, but at the same time, you're demonstrating to your players, hey, offense, I have a lot of trust in you, and let's see if they have this same approach as the rest of this game plays on.
On 1st and 10, it's Allen. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up 2nd down. Keon Coleman, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 2nd down. They'll run the draw with Cook. And some good blocking, bringing up a gain of 9 as we get to third down.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in.
This is incomplete, but there is a flag. It is back at the line of scrimmage, and this could be a first down. A run with Cook, and he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down.
He was brought down by Trevin Wallace. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 29-yard line.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 8. Once again, it's Cook. Room to run at the 40. He is tough to bring down. A big one there on the ground. QB will survey the defense on 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
The tight end Kincaid in motion. They'll keep it on the ground with Cook. Whoa! And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
16 more
What a
yards.
save. Season. That's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with their fullback. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. J.C. Horn coming in from his cornerback spot to make the tackle.
It's 2nd and 8 at the Panthers' 21.
And they will get another play off. We have reached the 2-minute warning. Greg and I back in Buffalo after this. Second down and 8. Quickly to Shakir on the RPO. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
From the gun, Josh Allen. That is high in the end zone. He's got it. Khalil Shakir. Touchdown, Bills.
This is one of those cases, Mike, where the play caller understands I got 3 points in my back pocket. There's no need here to be conservative. Let's keep this drive alive and see if we can come away with a touchdown. But instead of just trying to pick up the first down, they go for the big one, and it's a perfect throw, great catch, and they come away with 6.
Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. On the return, it's Chuba Hubbard. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. And, Greg, week one here in the preseason. Look, we know a lot of the guys who are going to make the roster, but there's still a lot to happen in training camp that players can find their way to a spot on the opening Sunday.
No, we hear these stories all the time, Mike, where there's a little buzz about a guy in training camp and coming out of the local beat reporters and maybe the coaches talking about him a little bit. But then there's the surrounding question is he going to make the roster? And it's really what they do in these preseason games away from practice that ends up being the deciding factor. And how often do we see not only do they make the roster, but in some cases they go on to really have critical roles down the line as the season unfolds. So I know to a lot of fans and some of the veterans, these games don't feel like a whole lot, but to some guys on that sideline, their entire career is in front of them.
On second down, Young. Field throw complete to Chuba Hubbard. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. The Panthers will take their first timeout. They'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
And this is why most teams, Mike, decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle four. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeouts. You can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break.
Young to throw on 1st and 10. Pressure all around him, and down he goes. Now a timeout for Carolina. That's going to be their second. As the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in this second quarter. Second and long coming up. To throw, Young. Looking for the home run ball deep downfield. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively, staying right with them, and we'll bring up third down.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. On fourth down, Carolina going to send out Sam Martin to punt. Khalil Shakir returning for the Bills. Now, fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. James Cook and the rest of this Buffalo offense head back out. They lead it here in the second quarter, 7-0, as they begin with a 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Going to lose a yard.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 27-yard line.
So the two teams head for their respective locker rooms, and we head to Orlando. Scott Hansen has our halftime report. Scott. And both teams ready to play on, so we'll do the same as we get set for quarter number 3. To return is Hubbard. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Panthers offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. Get this drive started on the ground. It's Hubbard. And that one going to be closed down the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing it and dropping him for a loss.
With the struggles they had running the ball in the first half, Mike, it makes sense that they're trying here early in the second to get this ball carrier going. But this last run's not going to do him any favors. Another rush, another loss of yards.
Throwing on second down, Young. Loading up, launching downfield. That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up third down.
He's just unable to secure the catch through the contact, and really nice job timing that hit up by the defense. And at this point, all you can do is get up, get back in the huddle, and hope your quarterback gives you another shot.
Throwing now on third and long. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there. And they force fourth down.
And another wasted drive here, Mike, and they start to add up. And coming out of halftime, you would think that they would make some adjustments to try to get some points on the scoreboard, but so far, looks like much of the same.
The punter remains on the sideline. They're going to line up and go for it on fourth down. They'll go. Young. That's going to be incomplete.